Hello everybody and welcome to Living with the Ancients. Today we're going to be making a Paiute Deadfall and we're going to be using the milkweed! So fun, right? So what you're looking for when you're looking for these milkweed are some that aren't too rotten. Like this one here is pretty black, and you could get some fiber from it, but chances are the fiber is going to be too degraded to be worthwhile. If you use a green one, it's a little bit more slippery, but chances are you're going to get a better fiber out of it, a better product. It'll be much longer, smoother. So what you're going to do is you're going to split it right down the middle. So you can split it down over your knee. Okay. Then you want to split it zaazave. One is this fiber here that wraps around the woody core. Okay, so you can see it's coming off nicely there. So basically if you split it in two, split it down the middle there, then you can open it up here, comme ça, break it like this, and then separate it from those fibers. Okay. So you go along here, break them, peel them up, and then bring them right off. Good, look at these babies. Okay. Yeah, these are nice. Nice long fibers. Okay. So we'll ultimately weave these into a cord through reverse wrapping, which I'll show you in a minute. And that's what we'll use for the string on our Paiute Deadfall. Alright, so we have plenty of cord here with what we've gathered so far. We've got some other stuff in my pocket. So time to go into the woods and find where the squirrels are at, because that's what we're going to be trapping today. There's actually quite an abundance of squirrels at this current time because of the last 2 years of heavy mast crops, lots of nuts and all that stuff everywhere. So the squirrels are just going crazy population wise, which is great for the owls and the hawks and the coyotes. It's not so good if you got a house and they're living in it and they want to chew on your wire and burn your house down. You got to watch out for that. So it can be very helpful to know how to trap them when you need to, or if you're really hungry in the woods. Alright, stay tuned for the next part. Here we go. Yeah, baby. We made it to Squirrel Haven and we're looking for some nuts. Those squirrels are nuts for nuts. Yes, they are. And there's a lot of hickories up here and some oaks. The oaks didn't have too many nuts this year, but the hickories had a ton. Trouble is now there's a lot of leaves on, so it's going to be a little harder to find them. But this is what we're looking for. So it may be actually better to feel with my feet than to look with my eyeballs. But ideally, if we can just find maybe a couple more, we're in business. Even just with this one, we're good. But the more the merrier. Okay, so we actually managed to find 4 wonderful little nuts in this whole pile of leaves. I can't believe it. I thought I'd be looking for hours. But it didn't take as long, so that's good. So anyways, we have the bait that we need. Now we just have to construct the piaute. So here we have our reverse wrap technique. So you're gonna have to imagine you're standing from my perspective, but basically you twist the top one away from you, bring the bottom one underneath, and then you pinch it. Twist the top one away, bottom comes underneath, pinch it. Twist, wrap, pinch. Twist, wrap, pinch, twist, wrap, pinch, twist, wrap, and pinch. Okay, just like that. Okay, so that's one way to get a nice strong cord there. So there you have this cord, and it's very strong. Okay, there's another way too that you can do this called leg rolling. I'll show you here. Okay, that's another method, and you can actually make the cord quite a bit faster that way. So once you get the reverse wrap started, where you do the twist, wrap, pinch there, twist, wrap, pinch, twist, wrap, pinch, oh yeah. What you do is you stick it on your leg here, and if you have a grippy kind of pant, that makes it a lot easier. You spit on your hand a little. Oh wow, here comes a bunch of crows. Wow, look at that. 10 of them. So cool. I love those little moments in the woods. So what you do is, to do the leg roll, you basically have your two pieces there on the leg, and you roll them down the leg, and you let them kind of twist up into each other. Okay, so when you're splicing, basically you're gonna take a piece here, because this one's much thinner than this one, or a fair amount. So we're gonna twist that up there. Then we're gonna put the other section of it, I like to put it down with the other piece of cord. Okay, so we twist the top one, twist, wrap, pinch, then here we have the end there, twist it in, wrap it, pinch it, and then there you have it. We have a longer, thicker piece to work with. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this leg roll. Spit on my hand a little, get a grip here. It's hard with these kind of fluffy pants, not very tight. Here we go, we're gonna twist it up. See if we can't get a nice leg roll on. There we go, see how it's rolling up tight together there? That's what we want, baby. Oh, it's rolling together at the end too. Then you can take up the extra. Leg roll. Boom. There we go, that's what we want. So you can see it's much easier to do the leg roll technique if your string is a little thicker. Just like that. There. So we have a wonderful piece of cord here from this beautiful milkweed. This is the green milkweed. It was definitely the strongest and the easiest to extract. All the other ones were kind of a little bit too degraded. So we have a nice cord, and it's very strong. So we're ready to make the Paiute. Look at this is perfect. Big old rock here. Give me the perfect place to put our deadfall. And look at this, all kinds of chewed hickory nuts from the squirrels. Perfect. Right, so if we put it right there, ooh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be deadly. Okay, so this is our spot. So when you make it Paiute, you actually don't have to make any cuts in the wood. You can carve a nice fancy kind of, you know, flat bladed screw tip and a little notch in the diagonal stick, or you can just use a Y stick like this. Okay, so if you can find a nice Y stick, that'll make the upright, and then you can use pretty much any stick for the diagonal piece. Okay, the straighter the sticks are, the better off you'll be. And also you want the sticks to be dry, because if they're wet they might stick together a little bit. You want the deadfall to be really fast, because squirrels process time in a totally different way than humans do. Actually almost twice as fast. We register about 24 times a second from our eye to our brain, where a squirrel will register about 42 times a second. So they can see things pretty much in slow motion most of the time compared to how we perceive time. They're actually able to dodge arrows. If you ever try shooting one directly at a squirrel, you'll know what I mean. Sometimes it takes a little while to get things set up just right. but it's worth taking your time. So here's how you construct the Paiute. You have that string, you have your toggle, the diagonal, the upright, and the bait stick. All the bait is right under there. Hopefully with these stones on the side here, it will encourage the squirrel to go in this way, and we'll have a nice squirrel dinner later. Or you could always use the squirrel to bait another predator, a fox or a fisher or something like that. Squirrels actually are quite delicious, both red and gray squirrels. I've heard that squirrels that are eating pine generally taste a little piney, but I'll tell you, the squirrels around here that just feed on the hickory and the acorns, oh my god, they're delicious. But apparently you do have to watch out for eating squirrel brains, because they can carry some kind of prion or something that is similar to mad cow disease and can kill you, so you gotta watch out when you eat squirrel brains. I have eaten them, I haven't died yet, but you know, maybe I'm just lucky. Either way, I'm thankful. So you just want to be aware that when your deadfall is going to fall, it's not going to catch on the upright stick or anything else around it. And you should find you have good luck with this kind of very, very super sensitive trigger, because I've tried trapping squirrels around and chipmunks around here with nuts and a figure 4, but the figure 4 actually wasn't sensitive enough, whereas this should be absolutely incredible. If the wind doesn't knock it over, hopefully we'll have a squirrel waiting for us when we come back and check it later tonight. Alright, thanks for sticking around, and hopefully the next part will have an animal. I can hear the squirrel feeding on a black walnut right now. This is a good sign, because what we're going to do today is we're going to continue our exploration of the Paiute deadfall. What we surmised from the scene of our last setup was that the diagonal stick had been broken by the weight of the deadfall itself. It was a little bit too old, too pithy, not a good stick to use. But we are learning as we live. So we're gonna set up another one here today. The red and gray squirrels both frequent this log almost daily, and there's a lot of good food around. So what we have here is our upright stick, our diagonal stick with our little toggle tied on, and we made a little bait stick here with a black walnut tied to it. All the cordage was made from that milkweed that we harvested the other day, and it's holding up quite well. It's nice and strong. So we'll see if we can't stir up some dinner with this wonderful setup. So you can see here's the bait stick, little black walnut tied on there, the toggle, string back to our diagonal stick, and we used a Y stick here for our upright. So we'll just say a little prayer for our brother the red squirrel, and give thanks, hopefully to receive a wonderful meal. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Little bugger. Jeez. I had to reset this trap 4 times because the squirrel kept stealing the walnut and escaping. So I actually had to make the deadfall twice as wide to make up for that extra bit of space that he was kind of ducking out from underneath it. And so what I ended up doing was tying the black walnut directly to the bait stick to ensure less play in the trigger and maximum sensitivity, and doubling the size of the deadfall itself, hopefully to catch the squirrel. I tied it actually with a bit of dogbane. It's actually a plant that's related to the milkweed. They both produce the same milk when they're damaged, and they have a slightly toxic kind of character in there, so you don't want to be eating tons of that or feed it to your cows. This year, I made it a goal to not buy any meat at the store. You know, I'm gonna go out with friends here and there and stuff like that, but for home consumption, I want everything to be wild or locally sourced. So I'm very, very much thankful and welcoming of any critter who wants to come into the trap. I am grateful. Wow. Oh my God. It worked. Oh. Wow. What a gift. What a gift.